A great noise here as Kambundji does get a great start. Lavin trying to follow her through. So time for the semi-finals of the women's 100-metre hurdle. So it's one of the events in which we're seeing the athletes that have been seeded straight to these semis, including Ditanji Kambundji, who we just saw there a moment ago. This is Elena Carraro of Italy on the inside. We've seen fantastic noise from a much bigger crowd tonight. Really great to see, but particularly for the Italian athletes, and noticed it for Tetuccianu and the other Italians in the 800 metres in particular. So Carraro and then Rosina Schneider, the European under-20 champion. 13:01. She's improved to this year. So we'd love to go sub 13 seconds for the first time. And then this is Nika Glojnaric, 5-time Slovenian national champion, including 60 and 100-metre hurdles indoors and out. They've managed to find a Slovenian flag in the stands there. Good work. Natalia Kristofi also seeded through to these semi-finals. The Cypriot, 2 times Balkan Championships winner, 12:84, her personal best. On to Maaike Chinalim of the Netherlands. She was a world semi-finalist also last year, and now doing the same in European competition. Again, had done that in Munich. Bright orange Dutch vest. And now back to the track, red of Switzerland, Ditanji Kambundji, European bronze medalist 2 years ago, and European indoor bronze medalist in Istanbul last year. And surely a contender. What about Sarah Lavin of Ireland, their national record holder and one of their medal hopes, 12:62 at best, breaking Derval O'Rourke's record, 12:73. Still very, very strong this year. Only Kambundji in this particular lineup has run faster. This is Anna Todt of Hungary. And we had those 2 World Under-20 championships in back-to-back years, 2021 and 22. And she got bronze medals on both occasions. And Klaudia Voszczynik, well, she had to rerun on her own after an initial false start, given the reprieve, got the target time and has made it into these semi-finals. Personal best of 12:96 this year, so had every confidence that she would have made it in anyway. Has used up that little bit of extra energy, and we'll see whether that has any bearing whatsoever. So now the athletes in their blocks: Carraro, Schneider, Glojnaric, Kristofi, Chinalim, Kambundji, Lavin Todt and Wojciech. A great noise here as Kambundji does get a great start. Lavin trying to follow her through. Wojciech closest to the camera. But now Lavin in front of Kambundji. What a result for the Irish woman. 12:73 on the clock. Looks to have equalled the fastest time that she's run this year. Well, Tim, it's fantastic to see sometimes when an athlete knows that in the semi-final, I've just got to go out there and run the race of my life.
Do you know, that was brilliant from Sarah Lavin, because I was watching her. She was alongside Kambundji, who is, you know, up in the top half dozen in the world, and she matched her stride for stride of the first 3 or 4 flights, then got her nose in front, and she stayed focused. The pressure didn't get to her. If anything, she put pressure on Kambundji. So to defeat the European #1 like that in the semi-finals, a massive boost to her confidence. Absolutely brilliant. As you say, equals her season's best. Kambundji's second, gets that critical second automatic qualifying spot. But she got such a good start, Sarah Lavin, there in the green of Ireland. Of course, the Irish have got plenty to celebrate already after that mixed relay gold medal last night. But look at this determination from the blonde in green. Fabulous stuff from her. She ran so strongly off the final barrier. And she has taken the European #1 to the cleaners. That is fantastic.
Lavin of Ireland, Kambundji of Switzerland, they are through to the final later on. And Wojciech, one of those, we'll have to wait and see. Personal best, though, for her as well.
Second semi-final of the women's 100-metre hurdles. And that's Louise Skarbovik Andersen of Norway, who goes in lane 2. Marika Majewska of Poland, third in the European under-20s a couple of years back. She's only 22. The Poles always good at the sprint hurdles. Plenty of Polish support in the stadium too. Here is a growing athlete in status. World indoor champion back in 2022. Sabrina Samba-Mayela of France. She goes in lane 4. She won in the Prefontaine meeting in a personal best of 12:52 just a couple of weeks back. She's in fabulous form. She's the European number 2. Rita Herska goes in lane 5. By the way, 7 of the 8 finalists from Munich 2 years ago go in these semi-finals. Herska of Finland, a semi-finalist in 2018 and a semi-finalist 2 years ago in Munich. Can she go one stage better here? She's the European indoor champion from last year. There's Luka Kozak, goes in lane 6 for Hungary. Didn't run in the heats, didn't have to run in the heats. Took the silver medal 2 years ago behind Skrzowska. So the gold and silver medalists go in this race from 2 years ago in Munich. And here is the champion, Pia Skrzowska. She is the defending champion, hasn't had to run a heat. She comes here very fresh. She's the European number 3 behind Kambundji and Samba-Mayela, who's a couple of lanes to her left, 3 lanes to her left. 12:53 this year. That's the time she ran to win in Munich, her best time ever, 12:51. Veronica Besana of Italy goes in lane 8. Listen to the roar for her. Italians loving it. So many of them raising their game in front of the home crowd. Sets her season's best a couple of weeks ago, Besana. She's in good form. Karin Stramets completes the lineup in this second of 3 semi-finals. The Austrian goes in lane 9. 12:92 here. And against really good opposition. I think Andersen of Norway over in lane 2 on the other side, and she in lane 9 may struggle here. The lane order reflects their times on paper, but who knows? Sarah Lavin, remember, winning that first semi-final spectacularly in 12:73 from Kambundji. It's about what you do come the final, of course, but that was a big moment for Lavin of Ireland. So Andersen of Norway in 2, Majewska of Poland in 3. Samba-Mayela goes in 4. Watch her. Herska in 5. Kozak 5, the silver medalist from 2 years ago. Skrzowska, the defending champion from Poland, in 7. Besana 8. Stramets 9. They get underway. Really good start from Samba-Mayela, third from right in that dark blue of France. She's leading this one. Skrzowska at the moment trying to come through in the red and white of Poland, but it's Samba-Mayela by a metre, maybe more there at the line, about 1.5 metres. And Skrzowska equally separated from the rest in second place. But the win time there, well, we're waiting for it to come through. It doesn't matter really. The first 2 go through by right. We know that. But that was a very, very crisp sprint hurdling indeed from Samba-Mayela. 12:43. It's the fastest time by a European this year. That is fantastic. And a big new personal best for Samba-Mayela.
So having a look at the replay here, yes, that European lead time had been, of course, 12:49 for Kambundji, but Samba-Mayela just incredibly smooth and holds her form right to the line, whereas Skrzowska had struggled just a tiny bit of the first couple of hurdles. Didn't quite get into her full flow and rhythm early on. Herska a little further back. Just have to wait and see if she's in the top 4. Steely-eyed determination there. You can see clattering into that final barrier, which didn't help her cause.
And the non-automatic qualifiers at the moment, the third placer from each of those 2 semi-finals. Wojtunik of Poland, third in the first semi, 12:84, and Rita Herska of Finland, 12:78, a good third in that second semi. But Samba-Mayela, a real statement run that. There it is, confirmation of the win for the French athlete, Sabrina Samba-Mayela. They're looking good today, aren't they? Skrzowska, a solid second in the defence of her title. She makes it through to the final.
So third semi-final of the women's 100 hurdles. Having seen the first couple already, including that fantastic new national record for Sabrina Samba-Mayela. This is Klaudia Sichalt of Poland, European under-23 silver medalist 5 years ago in Gävle in Sweden. Big opportunity this for Lotta Harala. Fastest ever Finnish performance with 12:91 in the history of these championships in just the heat. She's had that extra round. Maybe that could kind of help build rhythm. Letitia Bapte, she was 5th at the European Indoors in Istanbul last year. Cindy Sember, as I mentioned, the silver medalist 3 years ago, and also reigning Commonwealth bronze medalist. 12:57 this year in Florida in April. Well inside the British Olympic standard as well. This is Victoria Forster, winner of the World University Games last year. And also very talented over the flat race, 100, 200 and 400. Nadine Visser, twice a winner of the European indoor title, of course, over 60 hurdles in 2019 and 2021. Those are fantastic years for her. Perhaps trying to get back towards that best level again. 12:51, that personal best. As Tim was saying, what a world-class standard when you are once you start to get around that 12:50 mark. And Grete Kerekes of Hungary, she has 10 national titles. And this is Giada Cammassi of Italy, who has a background in swimming and artistic gymnastics, rather interestingly. Also, the personal best of 12:95. I have to try and pull it all together, and on many occasions Cindy Sember has looked capable of doing that, but at major championships hasn't quite got the gold medal that maybe she craves. Sixyarts, Harala, Bapte, Sember, Forster, Visser, Kerekes and Cammassi in this third semi-final. Sember with a good getaway through the middle. Kerekes going well, and now Visser in the orange, matching Sember. Sember goes away once more, good momentum. And off the final barrier, Cindy Sember, a great semi-final victory there in 12:65. So, very, very strong performance. It's best part of a 10th outside her season's best, but very, very smooth athlete all of the time, looking very relaxed there following that victory, and will feel confident going into the final.
Wow, what a run from Cindy Sember. Finalist in 2022 in Munich, where she was very disappointed, 8th place. But I would say off the back of that, she's not going to finish 8th come the final now, which she's made pretty comfortably. Nadine Visser, very consistent Dutch hurdler. She was 4th back in 2022 and 4th in 2018, actually, the last 2 Europeans. She finishes in 2nd place, but that's a comfortable win for the Brit. And Forster, 12:83, just trying to see if that will get her through.
It will. Huska and Forster, so one from each.
Here it is again. Really good start from Sember, and that immediately, almost subliminally, puts the others under pressure. Visser on the near side of the orange for the Netherlands, really strong too. But Sember, great legs between the barriers, really quick footwork, and she's such a smooth hurdler too. Doesn't need to straighten that lead leg, just skips over those barriers, slaps that lead leg down, and builds that lead of over a metre. That's a comfortable win. Sets things up wonderfully for the final, Alex. Samba Maella with that new European lead, and actually a new French record to win that second semi-final, 12:43. That was going some, and it separates her from the pack. There it is.
Quite extraordinary how many strong athletes we've seen within the last few moments. Cindy Sember there, Nadine Visser going through along with Forster, but Pia Skrahowska, Sirena Samba Maella, Ditaji Kambunji, Sarah Lavin, who run that fantastic first semi-final. And someone like Rita Huska, all the way back. They're 12:78, but she's a European indoor champion as well.